It was a perfect day at the beach, with the sun shining brightly, a light breeze rustling the palm trees, and the sound of gentle waves lapping against the shore. The scene was idyllic, or at least it was, until the unmistakable tension of a confrontation began to build. A young man, carefree and relaxed, lounged in a beach chair, soaking up the sun in his red shorts, coconut drink in hand, and a look of pure tranquility on his face. His feet were buried in the sand, and he was enjoying the peace of the moment, completely unaware of the impending storm. Enter the woman in a crisp, navy suit, her posture as rigid as her demeanor. With perfectly styled white hair and sharp sunglasses perched on her nose, she marched onto the scene with a sense of purpose that could only signal trouble. She didn't look like she belonged on the beach. In fact, she looked more suited for a boardroom meeting than a tropical getaway. But there she was, pointing a finger at the young man, her voice rising as she lectured him on something, probably about the proper way to enjoy the beach, or perhaps about his irresponsible drink choice. The man, visibly startled, glanced up from his coconut drink, confused by the sudden confrontation. "Do you even know the rules of this beach?" she snapped, her words harsh as she wagged a finger in his direction. The young man, still stunned, tried to take another sip from his coconut, but it was clear that this woman wasn't going to stop. Behind her, a few curious onlookers had begun to gather, watching the spectacle unfold. He raised an eyebrow and, in a calm tone, replied, "I'm just enjoying my day. No harm done here." But the woman wasn't listening. She continued to scold him for what seemed like trivialities: his relaxed attitude, his casual attire, the fact that he wasn't using the beach space appropriately. She even tried to turn the situation into a lesson about proper conduct. The crowd behind her watched in silence, unsure of whether to intervene or just sit back and enjoy the drama. The young man tried to remain calm, but it became increasingly clear that this was no ordinary beach day. What started as a peaceful moment in the sun had turned into a tense encounter between a laid-back beachgoer and a beach Karen who seemed determined to ruin it. His friends, hearing the commotion from the nearby cabana, looked up from their beach towels and exchanged glances. This was going to be one story they would remember. Finally, the woman threw her hands up in exasperation before walking off, leaving the young man in peace once more, but not before making a final point. She shot him one last glare, as if to say, "This isn't over." The man returned to his coconut drink with a smile, and for a brief moment, the beach returned to its peaceful state.